One, two, one, two. Trying to. Oh, what was that? Trying to get my. Got the gold microphone now. So we gotta see what's going on. We got a true self. Malika, Tommy Robinson, Born King. The Heat is back in the finals, huh? I mean, look, it was they needed to do that. It was getting to a bad place there. But and I got it. What is going on with my let me get my sound effects going here. So wait a minute. We got we appear to have two different accounts here. True Self says my Celtics did their thing, came back from an 0-3 deficit. So which one is it? Shamik Jason, peace. Sorry, Shamar, you telling me that you said peace. I've been it's been a little bit hectic. But we're getting busy. Hold on, man. I got this step my game up over here. Right now, y'all are not hearing me through the microphones, and I'm not appreciating it. Maybe give me a second. I got sincere. You gotta give me a second here to figure out this little bit of technicalities here. Why? See if we put this and reconnect it. Yeah, no, go microphone. Speak on speak on the go. Point. Miami one. Yes, what are you talking about, you sir? They didn't do their thing if they lost. I will say this, Denver is looking like a freight train right now. But I do think Miami has the better chance of beating them. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's my. Very, very upset about that. About my uh, 1, 2, 1, 2. What you? What you? What you? What you? But anyway, let's go ahead and get down to business. We'll figure this out. We'll figure this everything out in time. You know, when I play around too much. If you like, it's a deal. So I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna pretend like I'm speaking into the mic. I'm gonna pretend like I'm speaking into the mic, even if I'm not in fact speaking into the mic. So we gotta start out today on a little bit of a solemn note. Uh, you know, we lost some people. A couple of the greats have gone, onto the stage where we got to keep it in mind. So that they will live forever. Supreme justice with the science. So, I guess we're going to just go in chronological order of me getting this news, the different, the different losses. So, first on the list is my Uncle Zeke. Shout out to Uncle Zeke. That is mother's, it's my mother, and she got two brothers, then Zeke. Zeke was, and if you was gonna do a movie about your life, and there's certain people that you would put in the movie, there's certain people that you like, look, this, you gotta put this person in. Uncle Zeke was that guy. On the other side, my Uncle Billy. Uncle Billy and Uncle Zeke. Those was they was characters in real life. You know what I'm saying? Serious people, not saying they was clowns, but definitely your uncle that you would put in the movie. But Zeke, if you was in Detroit between about 1975 and 1995, you might know my Uncle Zeke. One thing I recall back in the days, man, boy, King, you going through the ring out there too. Your brother and your former college teammate. Yeah, 793rd. But yeah, Zeke, that guy Al Prophet that he talks about all the gangsters and the street people from Detroit. The very first person that told me about all of those people was my Uncle Zeke. The Chambers brothers, the brother that got buried with the money. Zeke knew all of it. The best friends. you know, he wasn't, doing exactly what they was doing, but that was his work. Zeke was one of the people that one of a kind. He told me the story of how he got to Detroit one time. He went in the army in like 1970, 71. And he was like, after he finished with basic training and everybody's getting their assignments, like where you gonna be stationed at? So he's like, you got these guys over here, and they all drinking because they headed to Vietnam. So he was like, when he gets his paper, where he's supposed to go, that he can't even pronounce the name of the place. So he goes over there and starts drinking with the brothers. He goes over there and starts drinking with the brothers that is, they headed overseas. They go to the front lines. And he was like, as they drinking, one of the dudes is like, yo, so, where you headed? So he says, you don't know how to pronounce it. So he just shows the guy the paper. The dude says, man, this ain't Vietnam. This is Michigan. So he ends up stationed in Michigan. And after he gets out, he goes to Detroit. And he says one day he's hanging out, and the dude comes out and says, look, if you know how to drive a forklift, they hiring down at the car plant. So, I put that line in there because that's the figurative part right there. Unc never drove a forklift. It's like, Unc never drove a forklift in his life. But he went down there and finessed it. That's what I'm telling you. This is about, if I was going to do a movie about my life. So he ends up, one of those times that the car companies got in trouble and they did the early buyouts for the people that was close to retirement, he got one of the buyouts. So yeah, is that's a heavy blow. When I go down south, that's who I used to stay with. So when I get to South Carolina, I'm a man without a country. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, under the country. Look, I got this. There's more. Unc moved to New York a couple years ago. He moved to New York. He had a girlfriend or something that her family was from up here. So he came up here and he was staying. So, his first couple of days, he was calling me every day. I said, nah, it's good, man. Where you at, man? Because you hang out, right? All right. So, a couple of days, we rolling around. You know what I'm saying? Call me for a couple of days. But I ain't stressing it because, I know he up here with woman and all that. So, do his thing. And the next time I see Ernie call, he's like, yo, that bro right here, man. Come outside. Yo, he found a block in Harlem where everybody that lived around that block was from where our family is from in South Carolina. And look, he's not just hanging out, he's getting money. Like what I see. He's got he's got bags and bags. Listen, listen, Huggy moving so fast. I'm like, man, listen, man, I ain't coming no place with you, man. But yeah, but we got the rest of our life. Anytime y'all want to hear some more funny stories, ask me about them. You know what I'm saying? Uh, y'all may have heard about this, seen it maybe on Facebook or something, but we also lost our brother, Knowledge Me. Knowledge Me. I heard his name before I met him. Like I'm not sure. I think it was just one of the things. Like just people talking. Like yeah, Knowledge Me said peace. Two people just talking. Like I'm dead. Not that he said it to me, because like I said, I ain't know him yet. But I remember Knowledge Me, when I first heard that name, it was like I wanted to do over and shit. Like I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know. I didn't know you could have a name like that. Like man, And then I just remember, because it was like that at that time, where it's like, with a name like that, it's probably he must be high powered. Because you come around with a name like, your name is infinite. You got the knowledge yesterday. Your name is divine, but you got a blowout in your head. You should pay attention to stuff like that. But I just remember, that name, it just stood out. Like that was, there was a couple of names that I was like, damn, I didn't know you could do that. About it. But I remember the first time I seen the guy. Like after that, like I said, I'm hearing the name for a minute. Knowledge Me. I was like, damn, this Knowledge Me. One day, something happened. I can't recall what it was, but it was like something where brothers is coming up to the school. Like brothers is coming to see what's good with that. And this one brother pulls out, got like a blue BMW. You know what I'm saying? And just the way he pulled up, I knew he was somebody just very just was something about it that I just was looking at the car the whole time. Like from the time he slowed down a little bit to pull to the side, he double parks right there, and he gets out. So I'm standing like right there at the edge of the curb. I'm just looking. So he walks up, says, "Peace, Knowledge Me." So it's like, oh shit, this is the been waiting to meet this brother. So the time I tell him my name, but then, like I said, everybody was coming to see about that business. So he was like, yo, G, what's the deal? Everybody, like they inside? Yeah, no doubt. And then, you know, uh, like that was our first meeting. But, then after that, we always, because, he used to be around Firstborn Prince too. So he's another one of the brothers, like wise and all that, I didn't necessarily grow up with them, but I grew up around them. They knew me from when I was very, very. And the other thing Likewise, and other brothers too, but knowledge me, uh, you know, he still was getting the swings in as far as the teaching. You know what I'm saying? Uh, like in my era, brothers that was contemporary with me and brothers that got it after me, got it from knowledge me. You know what I'm saying? But he was one of the brothers, that was just smooth operators. You know what I'm saying? You still got some, you got Alim Supreme, covers smooth operators. Cats that I don't even know who you would point to, today. It's just people that, they nickname would have been Silk if they didn't have the knowledge. Knowledge me was one of them. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the brother. Like I said, he did a lot of teaching, so he's gonna live forever. You know. So we're gonna move on now, to it's listen, it's been kind of hectic. So yeah, we're not done. We're not done. We gotta give a shout out to the Honorable Keith Wright. Keith Wright is an activist and politician right here in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? He was stationed and headquartered right there in the state office building right there in Harlem. And you gotta put him on the list with Mayor Lindsay in terms of people that use their power to assist us, in our endeavors over the years. Keep Right is real with it to the point where, we always had to ask Keep Right. Yeah, asked us to be good. You know what I'm saying? Those who, oh, pardon me, I said Keep Right. And shout out to Keep Right because he also helped us, but I said the wrong name. My fault, baby. I meant the Honorable Bill Perkins. But Keep Right, look, put him on the list too. That's the only reason that I misspoke right there is because Keith Wright has also used his power over the years to assist us. You know what I'm saying? When, in years, there's some other politicians that was trying to assist forces that wanted to take the school. But Keith Wright, Keith Wright and Bill Perkins. But right now we're talking about Bill Perkins because we just lost a brother who was always on our side. And what I wanted to say is if you came to the street naming, when you got the street sign put up, Bill Perkins spoke. And he spoke about the righteousness of the 5%. And, because he was a Harlemite. When he passed away, he was 74. So you figure he's growing up, he's the same age as, many of the first guys. And he spoke about, the righteousness of the guys and how, the environment and everything, he wasn't able to do negativity, snatch purses, et cetera, et cetera. Once the 5% start doing their thing right there on 7th Avenue. You know what I mean? So Shout out to Bill Perkins. You know what I'm saying? We have plaques in the school right now that was awarded to us by Bill Perkins. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, shout out to Mayor Lindsay, the Honorable Mayor Lindsay, for using his power to give us a start. But let's not forget those that added on. I don't want to make a comparison. It's not a competition. It's just saying that keep in mind that the Honorable Bill Perkins was our brother. And so now we're gonna move on to somebody else that is not quite, it's not personal to me in terms of me having face-to-face experience with them. But shout out to Jim Brown. Besides his many athletic achievements, Jim Brown was one of the there was athletes that kind of just transcended everything. Like there was, Jesse Owens, Joe Louis, Wilmer Rudolph, Jim Brown, Bill Russell. There's other people, Roberto Clemente. People that kind of what they stood for, Muhammad Ali. What they stood for was impressive. And the thing that impressed me about Jim Brown, right, is that why did you not to play with him? There was just something for me that was impressive about that. And so you have people call Muhammad Ali Cabbage Patty. Howard Cosell, you think he's funny? Magic Johnson, he can't stop showing his teeth. But there was something about Jim Brown when he was talking to them, where it's just like, yo, everybody in this conversation know that I'll fuck you up right now. Go ahead, say nigga. I did. And that, other people, they got heroes like Bill Cosby. But that's what I'm saying. Like, other people, and that's who they were. Bill Cosby's a comedian. Richard Pryor's a comedian. Muhammad Ali, his personality, being versatile and all that, being able to converse with a lot of people, that's who he was. And I'm not knocking that. But just the way, there was very little compromise. I can't think of, a lot of those people, the names that I said, those people, they were people that, they stood on things that kind of made them heroic. Used to read books. I used to have books about these type of people. Arthur Ashe. You know what I'm saying? But of all of my, I guess, you could say heroes and influences back in the days. Shout out to Jim Brown, man, because that was what I always liked about Jim Brown. That, we're not going to be playing games. You know what I'm saying? So we can leave off of that solemn note, which hopefully I didn't make it too solemn, because I don't really have any experience with dead people. Like if you see the body, you see them, and then that's it. You didn't really interact with. I don't even really know the person's life. I know them a lot. And see, I could tell you about how that person grew and developed mentally and physically, but I can't tell you about how they deteriorated, their body deteriorated. So that's not what I'm focused on. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we get to the next topic. I'm still upset. See, I shared, I'm not experiencing. See, I got, y'all don't know, I got a whole sound. I got a new soundboard. I got a whole new soundboard over here with sound effects and everything that I can't use. Quite upset. But we're gonna get to the law as the law. I'm gonna tell you a story time. I got a little story time for you about how the law is the Lord and is enforced on everyone. The Lord has no favorites. So this is a situation right here about examination. Examination, it just shows you why it counts for everybody, even myself. So we get an individual, who starts hanging around the street, right? So I see him, and we don't want to misguide, right? We want to act like I'm some type of wizard, or I'm have magical powers. But I can look at this guy and see that not really the place for you. But kind of, what's the word? Just want to give everybody a chance, right? Even the devil gets a chance to clean himself up. I can see that this guy, but listen, man, the best chance for him is for me not to say that shit. By the way, I got a question. Somebody remind me. I got a question at the end of this. We got this topic. We got one more topic. I got a question at the end of this. I don't want to be offensive, but look, I want to reach out and ask my brothers, and I don't know if we have any sisters right here, but I do need your input at the end of this. So that's what I'm thinking, like, because my idea is this, right? Because he's not a baby. He's not a baby. So if I say something to him, right, and then he gives the wrong answer, then the way I may have to address that situation, right? Then he may not want to come around again. So I figure, you know what, give him a chance. You know, I just stay away from it. So time passes, time passes, time passes. And it's like, a few things start to come out in the wash. Well, I'm just walking over there, but it's, something. It's like, yeah, so his story, after a while it comes to me, because like I said, I wasn't interacting with him, is that he got kicked out of the mosque, then he started hanging out over here. Now my shit is good. See, like I said, I'm trying to give him a chance, but look, I'm just saying. See, I wasn't the first person he approached. If he first would approach me with that, see, I would tell him, get the fuck out of here. Hey, bro, listen, I told you. I talk shit about the Muslims. Muslims talk shit about me, but see, those are my brothers. So if you didn't get along with them, what the fuck you think you're gonna get along with? Get the fuck away from here. You think you didn't get along with them, you gonna come over here? Nah, bro, what the fuck you did? But listen. Like I said, one thing was I'm not gonna deal with him. I seen him with some people, in terms of when he's there, sitting around, he's around certain people, right? Now, see, I don't know if y'all catching on here. You see, that's not how it was supposed to. See, he was supposed to be examined, but look. So now time passes, and see, this is what happens when you don't examine people. See, somebody could be in the right place at the right time for the wrong motherfucking reason. So whatever he's doing over there, he ends up getting into a confrontation with his young brother. That was about 16 years old. Right? Now look, at the time, I didn't know that happened. I pull up from wherever, right? And I hear certain, about somebody I wasn't really paying no mind. So I'm there. I'm inside doing whatever I'm doing, and when I walk out, the kid is back. He's with him now. Got Audi very late model. I mean, I didn't have this opportunity to really check the VIN number to my new joint. We got Sally's brother with him, his uncle. And he's with a whole other car. There's two of them, they got two lips. Right? So look, when I come outside, listen, listen, the bus is driving at full speed when I come outside. It's like, yo, dog, yeah, these brothers right here. These brothers right here, see, they ask me a question, whatever it is. So then, boom, when they start talking like, yeah, when I do that test, So you see how this is starting to go bad now. See, because I didn't examine this motherfucker and get him the fuck out of there, now this shit is on my fucking plate. See? I knew what the fuck the duty was for decades. Let this motherfucker slip through the cracks. Now here's the thing, G. Here's the thing that it's like, you know, when you really, when you really, when you really, uh, hold on. When you, you know, for me, right? You know, I weigh and judge things based on everything in the universe. So, you know, uh, I know about the heavens above, but I also know about the streets below. And so this was a situation where, look, Turkey City Christ. So I diffused that. I diffused the situation. You know what I'm saying? I diffused the situation. Because the brothers, look, this is how you know it could have been serious. Because they wasn't turned up. Like they was real calm, was real like, you know, listen, man, you know, never respect, look, peace to the guys, but we want to holler at that cat that talk to them. We need to. And so now, you know, I gotta tell you this thing, he don't even, he's not even one of us. He don't even be over here. But look, you know, they're buying it. Not that they buying it like I'm lying, but I'm just saying that. But if they was like, yo, come on, son. Okay. Now, of course, I'm upset. I'm upset. If this motherfucker, see, first of all, the building says for the growth and development of the youth. We're not here to be destroyed with you. Especially, listen, if I tell you the original question that the young brother asked was he asked for a Quran. The young brother come up to a law school and like and ask for a Quran and you end up in a confrontation, you know, what the fuck is going on? You're not here for the reason we're here for. So, you know, when I see him now, I gotta holler at you about that. Right? So look, you know, man, you know, it's kind of gently, kind of gently. Cameras all over the world now. So, you know, I tell them, yo, look, you know, that happened. You know, you cats came up here and look, you know, you're gonna have to apologize, man. You gotta make peace if those brothers come back up here and, you know, ask you anything about that. So then at first he's like, yeah, yo, you know, I understand. Woo, woo, woo. So I walk somewhere for a second and I come back. And when I come back, he says to me, he says, what they look like. So I'm like, what they like, you start beefing people, you don't know what they look like. What's wrong with you? So then he clarifies, he's like, nah, I'm talking about the other dude, you know what I mean? Because the little dude, I would have broke him up. Does anybody listen? Shout out to our brother Ari. Shout out to our brother Ari because he came around the corner and broke it. He came around the corner and right before that you gonna break somebody up, break me up. Let's see how good you are with breaking. You see, you see what happens. You see what happens when you just don't do your duty like that. Look how simple that is. I see that is mathematics. You see all this shit I had to go through just because I ain't asked this motherfucker. Yeah, how you see that is mathematics? What you doing around here? See, because look, everybody's seen the class. Everybody's seen the class. And you've seen that, look, somebody new come around me, you know who you are. Where you from? What you doing here? Like New York is a big city. Why you landed right here with us? What you know about us? Because we don't know you. This goes to show you. When the bullshit is happening around you, understand that the reason is because you ain't examining. And if you are examining, then you're being too emotional about what must be done. Person got to get the fuck on. I know that story already got a little bit long. But for some reason, he didn't get my point. He didn't get my point. Comes back to use the bathroom. I had to chase him down. You know, he's mentally disturbed. So, at the end of the day, I'm glad the guy broke it up. When I chased him down, I just made sure that I reiterated to him that, look, what I told you, get the fuck out of here, I meant permanently. If I catch you back over here, but that's how easy you can avoid a lot of the bullshit. Is by examining. See, examining, it doesn't make you God. But see, that situation illustrates. That situation illustrates. See, when we all know our lessons, then we know how to activate. See, because yeah, we save ourselves, right? So yeah, I don't want to say that word doesn't exist, but see, when you come into this, what you get is a duty. See, after who is the 5%, after you save, next thing it tells you about is what is your duty. And see, your duty is not your job. You can't quit. See, there's other people qualified to do your job, but it's not other people qualified to do your duty. See, if you in the military and you got a post, right? And your duty is to guard that post. And you leave your post and something happens. Now, there's some other people might come and take care of the job on everything is straight, but you was still derelict in your duty. So see, if motherfuckers don't even know what the fuck is the protocol here, you don't know what the fuck is the protocol of CAPTAIN and LIEUTENANT. You're not even qualified to be a private soldier around us because now you're the weak link that is going to cost us. So it doesn't make you God. You see, if we go somewhere, right, how are you going to know how to behave if you don't know who you are? So you remember what I keep saying. Remember what I keep saying. You know, in order for you to know how to activate in any atmosphere, when you go to the place where you work at, you got to know if you're the manager or the janitor. Otherwise, you don't know how much you're getting paid. You don't know what it is you got to do to get paid. So if this person is on point and y'all go into the atmosphere, and his mind is not in tune. See, in every single thing, when you go to the job, look, when the color man came, look, we gotta have an inter-orientation. So you can know who you are, we can know who we are, everybody can know who they are, we can know what we're here to do and how we doing it. What is expected of everyone. So see, you got some motherfuckers around you, they're just looking for the lessons for the lingo code. They're just looking for the lingo code to do fucking hip hop. And if you don't examine it, you will never know because the label says the same shit. But I digress. You can see I was a little bit frustrated. But look, that's what happens when you fuck up. You know, it's one thing when you fuck up some shit, you didn't know that. Oh shit, that's the first time I came over here. I know I could have made a left right there. That's one thing. You know how you fuck up and you knew the whole time. You knew the whole fucking time. So just remember, one is knowledge. Knowledge means to look, listen, observe, aka examine. And guess what? See, respect, it has a certain connotation. And we know what it means in terms of having reverence where it is deserved. But remember that the word respect actually means to look again. Spect means to look, like spectator, spectacular, spectacles, inspect. Read means again. So examine and then examine again. So now, I mean, this is a little bit, kind of in the same. But these things. This is why I figured it's good that I take some time because the live stream is not as interactive. People is more now. Everybody is I guess now up to speed, which is good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But now what it means is that we should start seeing the population increase in every one of these locales via y'all are, right? We should start seeing it because y'all don't have no more question. Is that what you just a spectator? You can see you either building or you destroy. If you ain't learning, you better be teaching. Listen, I'm there right now. You listen to the guy Virtuous talking at the rally, you know, Virtuous, a couple other brothers, Saheem, shout out to all the brothers, Mahadi, Amar, other brothers too, in terms of the Medina rally and all of that. They the brothers that made sure ain't nothing skip a beat, near a beat. In terms of, we lost a lot of our older brothers from Medina, from all over the nation, but we're speaking in particular about Medina right now, right? And you didn't notice any, anything missing. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that he was saying when he was doing at the rally is that, look, we was raised in this. Like we just the kids that was raised in this, right? And we received a lot. And, now that, the older brothers ain't here, right? We have to step into the position now where we can't just come. Like I used to just come to the Sean Food, do my songs, and go outside and, you see, if you ain't building, you destroy it. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't here learning, then you need to be teaching. Or at the very least, be somewhere being productive. Because that's what I was teaching. Otherwise, look, go follow Lord Jamar and Wu-Tang and all these other people that y'all really want to be down with them. Let me tell y'all something right now. Drop jewelry. I see some people in here. Shout out to all y'all. 793rd, BC Realm, Rome Fetty, Master G. I'm not, the reason why I just ran through that because I'm not sure how many people in here we got in here that know 120 lessons. So I'm gonna drop a jewel again. There's things about God and earth. There's things about the nation of God and earth that's not mentioned in the lesson. See, yeah, you turn around, see, look, I know the knowledge is good, like everybody else. I'm the original man, the Asiatic black man, to make it the only female planet Earth, father civilization, God of the universe. You see, there's some other shit about me that they don't tell you in the lessons. Like, see, I like my vegetables on top of the rice. See, that might seem small to you, but putting the vegetables on the side of the rice, that's some white shit to me. Shout out to the white people. I don't mean to offend that. But just all my life, I've been wondering who the fuck is taking a whole bite of just rice. And listen, my family's from South Carolina. I've had some good rice. We got our own rice. Uncle Ben's, that's Carolina rice. I understand I've had rice with all types of seasoning, but just you can just put white rice, just a pile of it right there. It's like I never understand people that put the gravy on the meat. When you're not talking about turkey, and you're talking about turkey, and then the gravy is a separate thing. But we talking about stewed chicken. Do I need the gravy on the meat? Or I need it on your dry ass rice. But I digress. See, these are the things that look, you got to walk miles for that, man. We got to actually get to know each other, man. That's the real science of being brothers, man. You think you studied the lessons and met me one time and then we brothers? I mean, I understand the concept, but now we gotta walk miles. See, I got to know, look, if I loan you $10, I'm gonna get that back. See, look, I got I know brothers like that, man. With certain people, I already know they ask me for $10, either I ain't got it, or not, yeah, take that. Take that. No, don't worry about it. Let me pay you back. I'm not even going to recall. I'm not going to keep that in mind. Like the next time I see you, I'm not going to be thinking you owe me $10. I'm gonna just be hoping you did something good with that $10 that I gave you. And see, this is going to stop you, man, from doing certain crazy shit. And not, some things is just, look, when you come around, see, some people, they've studied the lessons, and then they see a situation in knowledge, and they be like, yo, God, why don't we just hit that switch right there? You see, what's not mentioned in the lessons is that there's history of somebody hitting that switch and things getting fucked up. But you thinking, no, I got the whole shit down pat 360 degrees because I got the lessons. You don't know how to use it. Oh, this shit makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense to everybody that's not qualified to fucking examine the situation. Yeah, well, this is the majority of people. The majority of people is fucking 85%. We can be the majority, but the majority has to be qualified. If the majority is ignorant and there's one person that got the knowledge of what the fuck they doing, and guess who's the majority? So think we not simple-minded, man. This thing ain't get built just from that. See, even when you say there's a lot of teachers, man, see, some people want to uh, limit that down to what he learned in the NOI. No, there's things he learned before the NOI and after the NOI. There's things he learned in Virginia. There's things he learned in Korea. There's things he learned from all different people from all different walks of life, right? That's inside the principles of what we do right now. Our whole dietary law didn't come out there, and all that stuff you be hearing, that stuff comes from down south. Is that mentioned in the lesson? See, the things that we do right now, right? This is 1964 to 2023. This is not 1181. This is not 2000 BC and all the other time. See, what we doing right now, these lessons that we write, in this history that we live in, that's not mentioned in the lesson. Point of science. It's levels. You have brothers and companions. Then there's brothers and companions in tribulation. Yeah. You see? People that you've actually been through some shit with. So you come to the rally and you see somebody, y'all talk about the good and the bad. You know, motherfucker just a 5%. Yeah, you know, somebody you see him over there. He's the guy. You know, and you got it, you know, you got brothers and companions. You know, we kick it a little bit. We talk about the good and the bad. But then you got the brothers, man, that look, and dealt with the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful. And some people, you don't really know those. You just wouldn't kill them as quick as you would other devils. And I'm saying that's the reality of the situation, how we got to be in order to, first of all, survive on our own, but in order to be able to build anything, without no experiences, the knowledge is incomplete. You do all the research you want. So just remember that. You know, just things that's not mentioned in the lessons, man. And you know, in your journey of knowledge and wisdom, you know, it's best that you come to an understanding of that aspect. Like, what happened in my screen? I know what's going on with the technical difficulties. Brothers and sisters. Master G said, I'm in Beaufort, South Carolina. Where's my family from? My family is from Beaufort County, South Carolina. The they actually originate on the islands. My sister, she started telling me some other islands that I don't really remember. You know what I'm saying? I remember my great grandfather being from Pinckney Island and my great grandmother being from Ladies Island. I know undisputed fact that my grandmother is from the Fusky Island. But from the islands, they left in Bluffton. Actually, I think first they said they moved on Hilton. Yeah, that's a rumor that my great grandparents was some of the first free Black people on Hilton. But they ended up moving to Bluffton, and that became the family kind of home base. You know, everybody that was born in the 1900s knows Bluffton as their home. Say we probably got Sierra Leone ties. I don't know. There was a war at some point. The Moors attacked a place called. They attacked, I think, Great Ghana, if I'm not mistaken. And those people was the prisoners of that war was supposedly brought to South Carolina to because wherever was the region where they were, it was the same environment in terms of the climate and the terrain and everything as South Carolina, low country. So, I mean, I don't have a particular person that I'm saying that I know I've descended from this person, but that's another part of the history that I heard about that part of the country. You know what I'm saying? And that aspect of the slave trade. But in terms of Sierra Leone, could be, who knows? St. Helena Island, yeah, I know St. Helena. Yeah. My sister was born on Hilton Head. Her father's still in it. John's Island, yeah, I know John's Island. So, Derek, you can speak and understand Sierra Leone Creole. I would have to hear it. I don't know. I have heard there was a lady that she was the president of was it Sierra Leone or was it Liberia? And when I heard her speak, it had a little of that. I could discern what she was saying. But yeah, those are pretty much we ran through the topics that I wanted to hit for the day. I don't know if y'all had any questions that uh, maybe I've accumulated during the downtime. You know, oh yeah, we didn't mention that we got the Sean Food coming up, and that reminds me. I wanted to ask a question. You know the lady I'm talking about, Boykin. Yeah, she was in the news all the time. But yo, she had them people in check over there. She came out and said something. I was like, yo, believe in these people, right? Too much equipment now. I got it. And I'm over here faking it off anyway. The shit ain't even working, but I just like the way it looks. Yeah, get this here. Memorial Day was started by Black people from South Carolina. Did not know that. Learn something every day. But yeah, the Sean Prue is coming up. In fact, I was looking for that. Hold on, because y'all know here at Random Jewels, we got our own. We got it's like a business. Hold on, what happened there? All right, this is this is for the I'm looking for this it. Okay, this is for the Sean Prue. This is for anyone who wants to donate some funds to the upcoming Sean Prue. Let me check this one last time. Okay, that's for anybody right there who wants to add on to. You'll notice that's not my usual. That's not my usual cash out right there. Those that's been on for a minute know that we incorporated a company. We actually gonna have some merchandise at the Sean Prue, but send the donations through here. So everything can look a little bit official. You don't accuse me of being Umar Johnson. But speaking of that, look, that didn't remind me. That's the thing about you. That's why I like it. That's why I like it. Uh, I got a question. I gotta look. I was wondering because look, I'm not even look. I'm just asking for a friend, but I just, I just want to know because I like to do the right thing, right? So look, uh, you know, talking to you people in the room, right? All of you guys, you know, I'm just saying because I was told that that was going to be the case. But look, it's the question. It's just a question. I need an answer. Y'all been a little shy recently, but if I'm at the show and prove, right? And then look, I'm not looking for anything or anyone. And if I mind my business and my business does not intersect, right? Then there's no reason to. But look, I have to ask this question because then, see, I know how you love. See, I don't want to get it. I don't want to get a UBD. But look, if at the Sean pool, I happen to cross paths with your favorite flat earther, if I happen, this happened because look at the Sean pool, I got business to take care. I gotta make sure things go right. I'm working at the Sean pool. Y'all coming? I'm working, and that's what I'm going to do. But I'm saying if I happen to cross paths with your favorite flat earther, would it be bitch ass if I didn't ask him how he see the wisdom and greed in 140? Maybe I've been watching a little too much YouTube. Boy, you still on here? I've been watching a lot of the West Coast. I've been watching Gangster Chronicles and Bomb First. maybe 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 I'm getting a little John Morant right now. Let shit rub off on me now. But I think, I just listen, asking for a friend. Like if I just let it ride, would that be bitch ass? Would that be would that be talking shit online and then not being about that life and real life? Everybody answer at one time. I'm saying, go ahead, y'all can tell me if I'm pulling a John Morant, if I'm living vicariously, if I'm living vicariously through rap music, just let me know. How should I how should I handle that situation? He shared with us, I said, I heard him say something about that degree before. I mean, now he said that's weak. Yeah, see, y'all ain't answering. None of these, none of these is answers to the question, G. see, see, now we back. Remember, look, after we went through the memories, we know the law is the law, man. Watch man answer question direct and to the point. Would that be bitch ass? Or would it just be, would that just be mature? That would just be the mature thing. Yeah, I mean, one of them, I mean, look, hey, look, well, look, maybe that's a little bit too advanced. Maybe that's a little bit too advanced. How about the power degree in one thing? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because maybe I'm going power degree in one thing. I don't think there's anybody. I don't think there's anybody who had the knowledge. I mean, when you start making records, like if we don't even count the time whenever he's supposed to have the knowledge, but just for the time he started making records, right? I don't think there's anybody that should have the knowledge that long and not know the 1 in 10. Like, dude, is there anybody here that can second that motion? That we talking about 33 years. You've been making ready since at least 1990. Can we say that after 33 years, that the lessons don't make you God? But after 33 years, you haven't found time. You're so fucking busy. Like if you're a brain surgeon and shit, you the number one top dot motherfuckers fly you in to other countries and shit because you're the only person that could do that kind of surgery and you haven't had time. You've been studying medicine since right after you got the knowledge. See, born tell you, born say really now I thought you going soft. Because yeah, what are you talking about? The only time life gets less complicated is when you go to jail or you die. And even that is that's not 100%. So you go to jail, all the decisions you was making, yeah, forget about that. You done decided everything for you. Simpler. You don't have to worry about what time you're gonna eat dinner or what you're gonna eat. Simple. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, he's saying we're going for the jugular, the understandability. Woo, woo. Usually, man, when you drop them, you take them all the way up to the top floor. Dropping them off. And listen, and usually person get dropped off and tell us when how the devil was made. But you cut right to the straight line and get why did you make the devil? Listen, that's a gut shot right there, man. Hey man, righteous but ruthless. And that's how he shaved it down. Oh man. So he left us where he said flat earth. Now really I would tell you when he left to me is well, he left even as figurative, but we said that cipher comes before knowledge. Like I was watching his show. I was like after he left Glad and he had his own show, uh, you know, I was watching it. And one day he came on and said that, and that was the nail in the coffin for me. That was when uh I stopped watching the show, I pretty much wrote them off. And then later on, I'm watching Killer Free show and that thing explodes where, just like, whoa, just the way you're talking here, it's clear that you're not with us. And see, that's what I'm saying, when it's like when you're saying somebody's just a brother, like, yeah, he's another brother that got the knowledge, right? Then it's like, all right, if we family, right? And, we teaching that certain other people is not family. And you're on here, violently opposing family, while you kind of celebrate your alliance with people that we say is other than self. You understand what I'm saying? When you think that it's a problem with somebody that you're supposed to love, and you try to correct that by going among strangers, talking shit about them, you know, see, there's some shit, see, civilization and righteousness. See, we ain't even got to get to knowledge itself. Amongst what group of civilized people is that right and exact? Like if a person right now was, in Brazil talking shit about Brazilians while you extol all the high values and virtues of pick another place. Like, do you really need to discuss the knowledge? Do we really need to discuss the knowledge? Because see, you ain't qualified yourself for that level when you did that. Yes, I'm talking about. You ain't near disrespecting Minister Freedom. And then you got this guy, Weiss, whatever his name is. Like, this is something else. And mind you, let's not forget about the age gap. Like, I don't even know if Minister Freedom was physically birthed when he started doing records. And so now, even if Minister Freedom was wrong, and you're one of us, and you deal with these teachings, was that the way to handle that? Now, when if Minister Freedom was wrong, right, and he wasn't, but I'm just saying, let's go with that scenario. Then after that was over, you go and say, yo, God, I need to holler at you about that stuff you said that wasn't right exact. This is what I'm saying. This is where it gets funny, right? This is where it looks. I said, but all of y'all motherfuckers. See, here's where it gets funny, G, because see now, after you talk to our brother like that, you're gonna jump on the stage and say how you want to bust and we all brothers and you're gonna say peace and shit. Somebody who chose himself to step up, right? Locally in his community and nationally. This motherfucker's allowed to talk to him like that. Sirs and madams, that is not the way the nation uh, preserved its existence this long. One can say he violated our first degree in supreme mathematics, which is knowledge, respect. Man, listen, he violated the principles of 6-year-old girls in the first grade. Talking about the first degree. If you was in the first grade and you with this motherfucker here who say he your friend, but then every time he get around these other motherfuckers, he's picking on you with them. You ain't got to have knowledge for that. You ain't got to have knowledge for that. So like I said, I'm not gonna seek him out. You know, but if I cross paths with him, I feel like yeah, that would be bitch ass for me not to say nothing. You can see, but it could be me reading too much into it. Let's be clear. This is just my opinion. But you haven't been to every show and prove to perform. You didn't come to the rally, none of that, right? Come all of a sudden, this year you performed. Is if you try to illustrate, like, you're going to take your Instagram selfie, here I am at the rally, people questioning if I'm the real God, and here I am at the show and prove your social proof. That's your power move. See, the same way Umar Johnson tried to do that power move after he got into it with him. So now it's like, oh, well, yeah, I got into it with you, but then I was up at your headquarters and everybody over there was cool with me. So, yo, like, what? So now, if you perform at the show and prove, what does that mean? You added on now? You're the true and living. So I see that y'all, y'all are, I mean, like you're always brother. Brothers that, look, they know, motherfuckers ain't like exact, right? See, when I come, they know I'm about to say something to you. They say, they just go aside, yeah, I don't, I ain't involved, man. I would, I would be involved, man. He said, what's the solution? Well, what's the question? So you gotta give me the question. And then perhaps, but what is the question you're trying to solve for? Let's forget it. Because you asked the kind of generic question, and I can give you a generic answer. I'm sure you're looking for something a little more specific to what you had in mind. Did I tell you too? I got the. I don't know what this is. See, it's I don't know if you can see that. It measures my heart, all type of stuff. But that's what always happens every time you try to be fancy. You try to be fancy. It shows up. It's gonna fuck up. Wait, I'm looking for the oh, there goes my beats. My heart beats per minute. It says it measures my blood pressure, but I don't know how. So I don't know if I should really go by that number. It's just right here. It says I'm calm. I'm calm. My heartbeat is 78, and my temperature is 97. Born God. But y'all play around with this now. I got this is my new choice. But I'm looking for I can't it's a particular screen. And I can't get to my I'll figure it out later. Just forgetting we're waiting on you to ask to let us know what the question was the question. The question that we're looking for the solution to. And then after this, we wanted that. We had I've lectured enough today. Uh, we give physical business a few more minutes. But everybody that made it this far, do the each one teach one. Hit the like button. Uh, that you on, that you see it in the comment section. You see the link to RJ Credit Union for all those that want to donate to the Sean Crew. We have that Cash App. This beginning going once, going twice. Anyone else? Shout out to Uncle Zeke. There. Uncle Billy too. Of course, Knowledge Me. We also had we dealt with Bill Perkins, the Perk. The Honorable Bill Perkins. you know, activist, politician, and brother to the 5%. And shout out to Jim Brown. You know, definitely uh wasn't he wasn't Jeffing. I don't know if y'all remember that word. But you never saw Jim Brown shuffling hat in hand. So if that's it, everybody do join, hit the like button. If you on right now, tomorrow, I guess you could probably disregard. I'm gonna send out. I'm gonna send out a text alert tomorrow because I know I've been going for quite a while. I'm sure that most people didn't get their alerts, so you're gonna hit the random Jews alert. So if you're on right now and you see that alert tomorrow, you already saw the video. Unless you want to check it again. So in the meantime, between time, we're gonna sign off and say peace. We're gonna do what we can to make it on here tomorrow. Um, I do have some business to take care of because we're also having this Saturday coming is going to be the memorial for firstborn Justice C, old man Justice. So I got some finishing touches to do out there. Whenever the spring comes around, I gotta get involved with my yard work, et cetera, et cetera. But like I said, we'll do what we can to make it on tomorrow. If not, then we shall return when we have some more live stream material. So with that, I'm going to sign off and say peace.